Hello once again, my friends. Hambbage here, and thank you so much for dropping by. I appreciate you hopping in, and let's play some hardcore vanilla Minecraft. What do you guys say? Let's now that we got that slide out of the way, I'm gonna glance at the time here. So about 10 after real time, which means we've got until 10 after the next hour. So that's how that works. Again, the last episode wrapped up amid the thunder of dumpsters being dumped, and those have now wrapped up. Took a nice little break myself, and hope you guys all did as well. Feeling refreshed, reset, and ready to go. I know I am. So we had just reset our gear a bit. The intent being to head down and see if we can do some exploration. Now, this is a big win here. We've got all our bookshelves that we need for starting off enchanting. But before we really get going, as you can see, we've got 9. We need 2 of those to make the enchanting table, and we'll need some obsidian. We can pick that up down here at some point. But we really need more diamonds. What I like to be able to do when I start enchanting is to be able to roll through all the gear and pick the best possible enchantments to start. Hey, what's up, buddy? Again, names for dogs and cats. Definitely have all that, every possible opportunity to get named, but it may be that in this episode or those coming soon, we find some more name tags. And again, until we've done our enchanting and used down our levels, we're gonna hold off on spending a level at level 40 to name an animal is a lot more opportunity cost than spending a level to name an animal at level 9, say, whatever we end up spending to get down there. So those are all things to be weighed and considered. What I'm weighing and considering right now is, what do we want to do next for our directions? And maybe I'd forgotten about this little cave. Let's go caving, huh? We got good food now. Let's fill up. And this food should last a little longer. We're going to go up. We're not even going to look back for the moment. Starting off quiet. That's good. All right. Not too bad here. Now we'll actually be pretty free with our torches here, because I don't want random spawns walking back into our exposed room here. And that ended up not being too significant, which is okay. Again, where we're about to start opening up rooms and spaces isn't necessarily the ideal spot for lots of adventure. I mean, it's good to have access to it, but we think we've got some more adventure on tap. So I think the focus, I know we talked about hollowing out this room, and we want to do that for sure. But I think our immediate priority now has got to be this path. And savvy viewers of the last video know why. I mean, it's not a big secret, but we found a tunnel fragment that appears to be an abandoned mine shaft. It didn't connect to anything. It just had a lava spring in it and a couple of cobwebs. But it was, the right dimensions, and just having the cobwebs is a good sign, unless game mechanics have changed, that we're into what, at some point has got to be an abandoned mine shaft. So while we're cutting through here looking for diamonds, we're also hoping to intersect with that structure, because that could have all kinds of goodies for us. I mean, all the 117 stuff, all the goodies from before. We still don't have watermelon seeds, so they'd be handy. More name tags, uh, obviously diamonds, very good. Good chance for spawners, so maybe skellies or zombies to go with our spider spawner that we already discovered. I've kind of forgotten where that is. I think we can get back to it, but again, didn't really think about noting the coordinates on that, and that's a mistake. We don't want to lose track. Again, the spider spawners themselves, not super productive because, when are you going to get string and spider eyes? Well, spider eyes, I don't think I've ever used more than 5 in a world, ever. You need them for fermented potions and or fermented mushroom, or whatever it is, the potion reversal ingredient. So yeah, we'll make a few of those at some point. And string, like we talked about in a previous video, once we've got a bow and a fishing rod, maybe you need to make a couple bows along the way, but string is never a thing. So that's really about XP, and spiders are kind of tough to manage when it comes to that. So I don't know. We'll see how we end up doing that. What the tricks are. I think they're just less ideal than zombie or skeleton farms. You kind of use the same principles, use water to try to push them down and keep them getting pushed down, as opposed to a free air channel for them to just gravity drop in. And go from there. And clearly, we're skipping over a lot of goodies here. Not even that out of character with just my normal branch mining. Usually, I'll go out and then come back and clean stuff up. Looks like we've got some tuff here. But even more so now, I kind of want to push and keep hoping that we'll come across some more of that tunnel. And this would be just about the right time to do that, when we're in iron, but we've got a couple apple. Ooh, that's good. Okay, 1, 2, 3. That's 4. That was my awesome counting. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. What do we say? How far we go? I ran out fingers. Very cool. Now, I don't know that we can harvest those until we have Silk Touch, can we? Anybody know? Let's go this way. So I think it extends the least far that way. We should also do some targeted lighting in here. Ooh, get the little chimes. Yay! Yeah, we just want to have enough clearance to get past without trashing this thing. And I think, like the first one, we'll just kind of leave as is. Because, yeah, I don't know. I think maybe we could harvest those shards or whatever they are. I know that I never really got a handle on the terminology. There's buds and shards and who knows what else. Um, but I think until we're ready, and there's no rush, right? Again, these are cosmetic type things, so no problem there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess maybe this is as good to test as any. I don't know what we're gonna do here, and we're gonna kind of seal off this flowering blocks. What do we get? Get shards that way. And shards I think you can use to craft in. Let's... Okay, those didn't fall apart. That's cool. I was thinking we needed... I was willing to sacrifice to expose more of that. Because I kind of think it's cool to have our little pathway going through here. And I know it's kind of a amethyst sacrilege to break open this other side, but it's kind of like those the roads that go through the sequoia trees, redwoods, whatever, out in California. That they cut through back in the 30s. I don't know when. Don't know anything about it really, but it's like the postcard. It's got the Model T or Model A or whatever it is sitting in the middle of the tree that they cut a road through the middle of the tree, and it's like nowadays nobody would do that. That's crazy, but um, kind of want to, like, wow, look at this, let's do it. And it's a difference of ages, and it's a difference of perspective. At the time they had a perspective of forestry and lumbering was still going through virgin forests. Nowadays, any lumbering that you hear about, it's going through farmed forests. And we've talked about this before. It's kind of something I don't know, have any intimate knowledge of, but it's an interesting topic to me of going through how those industries crop up. And again, I think it's something I've got a kind of unique perspective on, having grown up with a background, my dad's family being over in England, and having more of a connection when I see a documentary or anything on stuff over in the British Isles particularly, but anywhere in Europe. I kind of, some of those places I've been to, have memories of. Others, I just know family members are either scatter working a job or something there or whatever. But it's pretty cool knowing that places like Scotland that do a lot of forestry for Europe, yeah, they're people have been living there for in continuous civilization for 1,000 years, since the Romans were building Hadrian's Wall and stuff. And yeah, there's just not wild untouched, but there's still beautiful wild vistas and things, and it's because they're all managed. They understand that in order to, if you still want to have that part of Scotland's tourism and everything, you can't just plant all pine trees. You've got to replicate a diverse ecosystem, and you've got to have some of these things that are designed to grow up through the species, because that's how they grow naturally. Oak forests don't grow up in the middle of a meadow. They grow up maturing amid a bunch of aspens or birch or poplars or other mid-growth trees. And that whole life cycle, that goes back to the nature part that I'm a huge fan of, life student of. I think we all to some degree are, and I think a lot of us lose touch with it. And that's why we kind of end up feeling listless or purposeless. But we're a part of nature, and our whole evolution has been to observe and evaluate it and carve out. We use our minds to survive in our ecosystem, or all of our ecosystems, because we're adaptive. We try to acclimate ourselves to anything that we come into contact with. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Where did I goof? Somewhere along the way back between these two, there is a short torch. Not there. Felt like there. Huh. There it is. That's the trouble. The worst part is that then bumps into our little ladder, which, isn't catastrophic, but... Oh, I'm counting now. We know what we need to do. I would like to explore wherever those sounds are getting made too. I think that's a good possible excitement. Okay, so, almost went broke. I was like, so protecting the ladder, crunch. Now that we're here, and I didn't even consider it while we were messing around back there, but should be keeping an eye on the sleeping. Again, we don't want our village up above us to just get trashed while we're down below. And since all the golems seem to just want to hang out and protect crops that the enemy aren't even interested in, So, now we're just kind of hoping for the diamonds and the mine. And maybe all these sounds, that's why I think it's worth exploring those and going on a little bit of an adventure. That may be it's the best indication we've heard from wall type sounds that there's activity around. But we've got, go up here and switch out these so we don't get too wasteful. Yeah, I think we'll do this row and then reset the parallel row in this section, which, yeah, I'd prefer not to be doing it right now, but it's not the worst thing because we wanted to hollow out the section anyway. So, none of it's a waste. You never, when you're in a game, Minecraft or anything else, especially in hardcore mode, nothing is ever a waste because you're going to use, we're doing this, we're getting cobble, we're getting deep slate, and all the other materials that ultimately, we're going to put them to use at some point. So why fight that? All right, next up, let's kind of hold to the pattern here. I keep wondering if we're going to have an opening. So we've got an amethyst, we've got a fragmented little mineshaft tunnel. No diamonds. Corrected torches. And at least we're clear of the deep slate. So we'll come around here, we'll reset and replace all these torches. Well, it's easy to do and they're all marked. And then probably pop up, nope, not yet. Probably try to sleep and then pop up top, feed again, come back down, or whatever. Doesn't really matter at that point. But go reset tools, empty inventory, and then come poke into whatever cave is behind us here and see if that connects into something better, because that's the best lead we've got at the moment. Sorry, I had a itchy shoulder. I don't know what's going on there. Okay, while we have everything marked, that one's been corrected. Boom, 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 boom. And now clean up the evidence of our pre-alignment. It wasn't that we made a mistake so much. All right, let's come down here and listen. Just so quiet. I love for this to be something that connects to something more, right? Do not. They're trying to tell us that they're around. Okay. Where, Skelly? I shouldn't get too sucked in. Let's sleep. Now we should be due. Sip. going to be an extra productive day today, guys. I haven't been any any bit reluctant to share. I'm a big fan of a couple cups of coffee in the morning, and even in the heat of these days, that's pretty average fare. So I've done that, and then later in the day, and it's kind of afternoon time now. Later in the day, I'll often rerun the grounds because, again, for anybody who hasn't missed it or cares, I don't have like a coffee maker. I have the little funnel filter holder thing that you just put on top of your glass and then put the grounds in it and pour boiling water from a tea kettle over the top of it, and works out really good. I absolutely am a big advocate of that method. But it well, I should say, it kind of limits. You don't just push a button and fill a pot of coffee. You have to, it takes for the tall like traveler type mugs of. Oh, we're too full. I can't get rid of the shield. Oh man. For those taller, larger sized, I guess they're probably, they're insulated and all that, so they're more narrow, but they're probably about a pint worth of coffee. So you can't just make a pot. So I have two of those, and I, in the morning, start up coffee as I'm, getting breakfast together and all that. Is after I've gone for a walk. Get everything set, and then shift that as I'm, getting some fruit or something like that. I will let that water boil up, and can then, it takes some time to run those grounds. That's the time that you would be watching your automatic coffee brewer brew. I've got to go through and for those grounds run usually four, two pours per, because it's a traditional coffee mug thing. So it takes two goes to fill each of the mugs. So by the time I've done that, I've run those grounds four times, and then midday, if I'm feeling it, I haven't done anything different or haven't just switched to water, I'll sometimes rerun those grounds and get another batch, and that's pretty diluted coffee. It's that each time you run that water through the grounds, they're giving up more of their coffee. It's not an infinite source, right? So it works out pretty well. Well, today, I don't know what I was, just absent-minded, but usually unless I'm hand washing pots and pans and stuff like that, which is when I do the coffee mugs and the little filter thing, I just, in the morning, I pull the filter from the day before with the grounds in it, out, toss it, and start fresh. I don't know what I was thinking, but I went to make a second by second cups a day, and while I turned on the burner, what? I did just feed them, right? Did I grab all the wheat? I must have. I think we gotta go for full feeding if we can. That was a mistake. So yeah, if I can manage it, I managed it unintentionally, I guess, but yeah, I get if I actually get around to finishing them, I'll have two regular strength cups of coffee here at midday, and that's likely to make for a productive evening. But I do have some errands to go run after this episode. For one thing, I'm not going to have much in the way of dinner or breakfast if I don't go hit the grocery store. And it's not the best time, but I'm hoping, because it's hot and it's kind of Friday before the end of the workday, if I can sneak out now and go, that will be better. Normally, as I've said before, I'm a huge fan of going to hit in the grocery store before like 7 a.m., anything like that. But with COVID, that's really been limited because they reserve those hours. I don't know if they still are. I haven't even bothered to look, but um, with my beard, I can kind of fake it. People always say if you want to look 10 years younger, shave, right? It makes you look a little baby faced. Well, I've used the pandemic to definitely do some facial hair growing, and it's I'm just gonna load up on these, I think, and bring everything I can back since we're kind of filled up. Might as well merge these stacks. Nothing else there. Okay, well, that's good. Um, so yeah, I may be a little over caffeinated as I'm pushing around a grocery cart this afternoon. We'll see. But the good news of that is, I think once that wraps up, I think being Friday evening, it's going to be too darn hot to do anything. If yesterday was any indication, even with cloud cover coming in late in the day, really didn't cool off too much until fairly late. So I kind of doubt there's going to be a whole lot of activity going on this Friday evening. So, yeah, may get a few more in later, which would be a delight. I'd certainly enjoy it, unless I can find a break in the weather enough to go enjoy myself outside. In which case, sorry guys, we'll see you later. Y'all take care. No, I'm just saying that I love y'all. Appreciate you coming by. Hope you're enjoying. But these, for now, can go in there. We're going to start running into storage type issues. Our coal situation doesn't get any better. I mean, you know what? Now is as good as time as any. We got 2 full stacks plus. And while we'll restock on torches, we won't need to craft more. What? There you go. So we can do that. And that. And this and this. In the random thoughts and musings section of today, we've had a couple already talk about coffee, brewing, and nature and reinvigoration, being out there, forestry, how it relates to that. Anyway, it's funny how, certain things from your childhood affect, and just in saying that, that and that and that. When I was a little kid, like young elementary ages, first through fourth grade or something. That may be inaccurate, maybe even younger. I don't know. But kind of age when I was going to Sunday school and stuff like that, and the young stuff. Well, at our church, there was this guy, and I don't know, he's probably like a lay type minister. He wasn't one of the people I remember as being like the pastor giving sermons or anything like that. And he wasn't like a Sunday school teacher or youth minister, at least not in anything that I had. But sometimes when they had like bigger groups of kids, and if you were going to do the Christmas Eve pageant or whatever, and you had time to just sit around and wait, he was this guy that was just natural with kids, and he would kind of come out, and he had this, do that game. It was kind of like Simon Says, except he just used this, that. If I say do this, you do it. If I say do that, you don't. And it just, reaction reflex type game. Do this, do that, do this, do that. And I still remember it to this day. we probably played Simon Says a million times at various stuff, but this guy, just by changing it that little bit, and he was, I don't know who he was, don't remember the name, nothing too significant about him. I'm sure, I'm sure he was just a, somebody that had kids or whatever, and was, probably like in an adult choir or something. I'm assuming that's why I don't know who he was, but, when they knew, hey, this is going to be a time that's going to be tough on kids to sit around and be still, but still be all around, and he would just step in, and little silly game, but for whatever reason, that has always hung with me as a kind of distinction. Again, not the languagey stuff so much, but just the sound of those two words playing off each other reminds me of that little moment. So there you go. Fun memory from 40 years ago. Maybe not quite that many. Over 30, though, for sure. Just doing a little bit of probing here since we're one level below the floor. And this would, be kind of in the meat of an abandoned mineshaft levels, because they can go all the way down to bedrock. Guess we'll go get this iron. And we heard those couple of skellies the last time we were over here. Now we gotta light that. Yeah, I don't know. Let's go back over here. We definitely were getting a lot more noise on this side. Okay, since this is a point, let's go here. Okay. We're in. Let's do this. Very reminiscent of Cave Spider Springs when we had to kind of worm our way up. Okay, let's keep that for now. That will keep us safe on this side. Let's mark our way back. And the very cavey nature of this world is very apparent. No shortage of subterranean. Alright, now, there we go. We finally got it. So this is all right over the top of a walkway, I think. Alright, give us some goodies. So far, this is seeming very consistent with what we had down below. There we go. Now we're getting into the heart of some good stuff. Ooh. It's easy to just cruise through a lot of these open areas, but alright, I did not grab the iron sword. That was a bit of a mistake. Not catastrophic by any means, but just That sounds kiwi. Kiwi spidery. Anybody else a little concerned that all the mobs are waiting to gang up on us at some certain spot? Yep, like here. Not real wild about having huge caves just connect in on the side. Like this. But this kind of also circles around underneath our farm and all that, so since we're still in pretty close proximity, I'll just grab everything up, light everything up. Oh, come on, let's get a diamond, huh? Let's mark that. Nope. Sun. Oh, oh no, that's tough, man. Okay. Couple ways in and out now. I mean, I like the sunflowers. Lots of good stuff, but not what we're looking for. One more there. Not exactly time to mess around with the lava. Snack. Doesn't look like this is going to go too far, but best to check. Alright, well. Ooh. Didn't even see all that. Know how I feel about going up above our head. Good. Just about perfect. I mean, if you got to deal with it, it's nice to have it be contained. What I don't want is huge overhead caverns dumping into the mine, because that just sucks up a bunch of time and resources to light them all up, when we can better spend that time looking for loots. Let's leave that. There we go. Okay, lots of possibilities. Now, before we get too far away from the goodies, we want to go back. I always feel like it's a good set from the game to get you into trouble, right? You focus on the chest, and then you forget that, oh, right behind you was a place where a creeper could be hiding. So, it's not, I don't think of it as so much as like, oh yeah, I'm just delaying it, as I want to make sure nothing's gonna get me when I'm looking at the contents. And there's the main chamber area. Good. Okay, now very nice and safe. This is kind of delaying the inevitable, but I don't want to forget the gold either. Okay. Well, our list of wants and needs is long and distinguished. Very top of the list always is in desert temples and abandoned mine shafts, enchanted golden apple. We get one of those, we do the happy dance and call ourselves awesome rock stars. After that, diamonds, name tags, watermelon seeds, glowberries, any other 17 stuff that I don't know about. All that would be so good. Tools, books. Let's see. Well, some gold ingots are nice. Lapis, we're going to get plenty. Name tag, that's always good. And the rest of this, a little bit meh. Let's just go ahead and break you. Now, we had talked about maybe eventually doing a rail line back and forth. That would still be something, early game appropriate, right? We could use it. It's, kind of overkill. Let's just go ahead and do something like that, which will hopefully be noticeable when we get up to those levels, but not have a giant hole of death hanging over our head. We are full-ish. Armor is still holding up really well. We're torch low. Let's gather all that. Get more coal. Getting up on our window here, so a little bit more time just to gather. Yeah, the chest, not bad, but didn't blow our socks off. I think more disappointing in my sense is we didn't find any just deposits of diamonds around in the caves that we were running around in or out here. 25, so we still got some time. I'm wondering if this is going to be more trouble than it's worth, if that's going to open up above us. Let's watch for holes and take it one layer at a time. 36. Alright, not bad at all. Our deep slate could be, but I don't really feel like digging into the... Oh! Hit the whole laptop there. I was trying to move my hand. Hang on. Let's realign everything. Give it like the spin. Now how do we get back out of here? I wasn't paying super close attention. This all seems like places we've been before. 55, X7, 8, 9, 60, 1, 2, 3. And 4. Alright. still pretty full. No more merger type stuff. And yeah, you know, we could dump stone and all that, but back here. Took me a second to... Oh, we do have lapis, so we can take this stuff. That's a good little add. Was there any other gold? I think we were grabbing gold kind of as we went. Yeah, I don't have torches. Let's just go back. We're under 10 minutes now, so by the time we get back to base, we should be... I do like being able to run without... So again, massive fail on our diamond hunt. That's a bummer. But huge win. We did discover the abandoned mine shaft finally. We suspected it was around. And we corrected a not mistake, but, you know, just some non-standard torch placement. And we found an amethyst node, so, or geode node, whatever. Doing really well. I just enjoy getting to do this level of discovery when it's not just, yep, it's another abandoned mine shaft, run through it really quick and go. Here we got to pause just a little bit, consider what's around us, and not just devil may care attitude. We gotta make sure we check our surroundings and keep things set. Hey, doggy, someday you'll get a name. We got not quite half of our animals' name tags now. Okay, this, that, this. See? That's what I'm always thinking about. These, this, that, those, there, them, thou. This is just me going with other similar. Similar phonics. Fun with phonics, right? That's the best part of the mine shafts. You don't end up overwhelmed or choked with inventory stuff. Alright, back to good. And I think as described, we're going to kind of wrap up here while we're ahead. Let's pair those. I think we're good there. Obviously, that one's going to stay good. Since we've got the time here at the end of the episode, let's go ahead and make more torches. Always use the crafting bench, not because it's necessary. Let's also, we'll carry an extra set there because the mines definitely eat those up. We're going to need to put those other pieces back. Make a fresh shield for skelly fighting. And we can swap that out. And let's grab this. What kind of okay. Okay, there we go. So we got all the gold. Ooh, I may have forgotten. This may have been an apple deal. I got some apples. More than enough. Look at that. Alright, we need to go on an apple picking adventure at some point. 9 golden apples, starting to feel a little better there. A little bit more time. Let's go ahead and ready ourselves another axe, because chopping wood and fence posts and all that down there, I don't want to get too stuck on that. I think in the last episode we kind of the last world, when we were in Cave Spider Springs mine, our first one, when we weren't all geared up, I think we definitely ended up clearing out more pieces of those than we really needed to, if that makes sense. And it's something we kind of want to watch out for, right? As much as I enjoy exploring and all that, just carving up a mine, taking out all the beams and all that, unless they're in the way of an ore or something, I don't think we're going to really try to focus on that too much here. We're in a forest after all, and it's spruce wood, not oak. So, yeah, we'll end up with some fence pieces and all that, but I don't think we need to completely clear everything the way we did in that first mine of the last world. So, we'll see how it goes and how it plays out, what pieces we're doing. But man, fingers crossed in the next episode, maybe we get some more diamond. I think we've done a bunch underground, but I think it's worth another round there. While we're in the midst of that, though, probably need to go swing by the fields, see if those are ready to harvest again. Now that we've been spending time underneath them, they should keep going, and obviously keep hitting the animals here for a little bit longer, to really stock up on books. Once we do get into enchanting, I think we have a dozen or so extra, if that. And having a whole bunch that we can roll through when we do get to the point of darkroom spawner and all that. All those are pretty important early, and then become less so. So that's the roadmap for the upcoming episodes. I hope you've enjoyed this one. I know I have. I really enjoy getting to play like this for you guys, and hope you're enjoying watching. If you are, I want you to consider leaving a like, or hitting the like button, or leaving a comment to let me know what parts you are. And if you want to keep up to date on all the happenings and when we're releasing episodes or how many are available, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It certainly helps me out to know you guys are interested. So we'll break for there. You guys enjoy some downtime. I know I'm going to be a little extended break as I get out and about and try to beat the heat while running some errands and being productive. May have more videos coming for you later this evening. If not, certainly more coming in the coming days. So keep an eye out and watch for tweets and or updates in the subscriptions tab on your YouTube screen. We'll see you next time. Stay awesome, guys. Bye.